Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And tonight we'll be talking about The Flash!
Season 5, Episode 13. Gold-faced.
Yeah.
I almost said 12. But it started a week before Black Lightning, so
yeah.
But yeah, it was a good one.
It was. I enjoyed the whole Sherlock and
that was fun.
Yeah, Nora stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then the stuff with like his wives, because it was the same person. It was just all these different personalities. Yes. It was so great. Because like when I saw her, like, because I caught the ending of it before I went back and saw the beginning, like from the beginning, and I was like, that's Kimberly Williams. Kimberly Williams Paisley, because she's married to Brad Paisley, but like she was in the Father of the Bride movies and like all these other things that I've seen, and so I was like, oh cool, I didn't know she was on here and stuff, and that's cool that she was his wife, like his wives.
Yeah. I think the one that stayed behind to talk to him was the first one.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was like the original wife.
Oh, and Jitters, you mean?
No.
Oh.
In the mass film.
Yeah, I think she was.
Yeah.
I think she was the first one.
Yeah. I love that they were mad at him that he got Superman to pay his alimony. Like, at least he paid it.
Yeah. Just be happy that you got your money, girl.
Yeah, I mean, and not all of her money, but she got some of it.
Yeah. And I mean, why wouldn't you think it's cool that Superman did it? It's Superman.
Right. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, issues.
Yeah, I liked that, I don't know. I always like when Iris is, you know, able to use her talent and go out and just, you know, be part of it and do something good and use her blog and her, you know, articles for helping them.
Yeah. Because,
you know, when she's not doing that, it is boring. I mean, people want to hear about what's going on with all of that stuff.
Right.
They don't want to hear about just, like, some random stuff about, like, your day or, like, I mean, you know, it's fine. People have blogs for all kinds of different things. You know, cooking blogs, fashion blogs, beauty blogs, whatever. You know,
she's starting a newspaper.
Whatever you're good at, you can put that towards it. And she's good at reporting. She's good at investigating, and she's good at finding out things. So she needs to use that part of it and, you know, continue to help Team Flash and write about it. So I was happy that we got to see that and that she's actually starting the paper, and we're going to get to see that on screen instead of it just being, you know, a futuristic thing. So,
well, they have to start it because she's got to, because by the time that the newspaper, the article is posted, like, she has a paper. She has to start the paper. I mean,
True.
The electronic paper. But still, she has a paper. She has to start it because next year's when it all goes down.
Yeah.
So she has to have it already set up.
True. But it just made me happy that, like, we were actually going to get to see it. Like, you know, because a lot of times it feels like they don't always know what to do with Iris. And so when she's doing the reporting and she's being who she is with that, it's nice because she was a reporter. So when they incorporate
she's in her element.
When they incorporate that into the show, it's the one thing that she's most passionate about.
Yeah.
And
besides Barry,
and
so, Nora.
Probably. Yeah, exactly. And so getting the truth is important to her. And I liked seeing her be reporter Iris for once. Yeah.
It's been a little while.
It has. But I think we're going to probably, hopefully, start to see more of it going forward and it continuing to stay a part of the show and a part of the character because, like I said, they always seem to like not really know what to do with her sometimes. Like they will have her do a little bit of reporting and they'll have her do, you know, stuff with the Team Flash and things like that. But, you know, she's not just Barry's wife. She's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to see her be her own person and actually do something that's in her element and that she's passionate about, that's when it's most fun to watch her.
Yes. Definitely.
So, I know it took me a while to get there, sorry, but yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed that part about it. I also liked, I don't know, I like Barry and Ralph, like, working together, too. Like, I like seeing that friendship kind of evolve and, like, change and get closer and bond and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I liked that Ralph was willing to, like, do what needed to be done to keep Barry's hands clean.
Yeah.
And then he saw the, like, oh, this is the baby this machine is going to help. This is the twins this machine is going to help. He's like, I can't do this.
So, yeah.
But yeah, that was really cool. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like life and death laser tag.
It did. It, like I was saying, I'm like, it looks like laser tag or like a video simulation or something because of all the lights and the shooting.
And the music.
And the music, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that cool hard rock music.
Mm-hmm.
Like metal or whatever.
Yeah. Whatever music it was.
It sounded like hard rock metal-ish. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I liked how Iris handled the whole, like, cicada thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she was being very clever about it. And, you know, asking questions, but still trying to, like, get information about, you know, what he's actually doing, you know.
Yeah.
And she knew he was cicada.
Mm-hmm. Especially by the way he was acting around her. She knew.
Yeah.
And I love that she stabbed the knife into his wound.
Yeah.
She didn't really even know was there.
Yeah.
And, like, at the end of the episode, she's holding the tip of the blade that went into him, and she's like, I know his weakness.
Yeah. Like, I know what to use to cure cicada. I know his weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, girl!
Yes.
You awesome.
Right? So now they can take the antidote, I guess you can call it, and just jam it in there.
Hopefully that'll also
because
help.
Did you notice that when she jammed the knife in there, the glow to the cicada knife stopped?
When his dagger.
When his body is pulsating with that color because it's injured or healing itself, the dagger is weakened. He can't use it to its full effect. And when she jammed the knife in there, the dagger lost all its color. The dagger was powerless.
Yeah.
So, like, that's pretty deep stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how connected the dagger and the wound are. He has to have the wound
in order to use the dagger.
Mm-hmm. And it can't be, like, affected by any outside force, or the dagger is useless until it heals.
Yeah.
Or
hopefully by curing him, it will also help Gray, his niece.
His niece isn't connected to him, though.
Yeah, but I mean, his whole goal in all of this is to save her and to have her wake up.
Yeah.
So, if he's cured, will that goal happen? No. Will she wake up?
No, but they'll probably just do some magical cure-all like, oh my gosh, it's a miracle. We captured him, and at the moment we arrested him, she woke up. OMG.
Yeah, a really lame way of dealing with it.
It's how CW deals with it. So I see that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I would prefer they did it in another way.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they will.
Maybe I don't have much hope, but I have...
Saying maybe, because we don't know.
A bit of hope.
I try to keep my expectations low with these types of things. Because, well, I mean, just in general, actually, now, I just kind of try to keep my expectations low because I've, you know, I've dealt with so much of, like, other stuff that I'm just like, whatever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah. So.
All in all, it was a great episode.
It was. I mean, I miss Cisco when he's not on it. You know? I like Cisco.
Yeah.
And I like how Caitlin was all Team Snow and Team Frost are waiting. And I'm like, really?
I mean, she's like Team Snow and Frost, not Team Snow and
Team Snow and Frost.
Like, we just looked at each other, like, DF. Like, that's not a good code name.
No. No. Not at all.
Nah. Like, it's not.
It was lame.
It was.
I mean, I'm glad that she's happy that, like, Killer Frost and her have that bond now. But come up with a better code name.
Yeah.
I also really liked the parallel that they did with Iris stabbing Cicada and then Barry, you know, using
the electrical current
on that guy.
On Goldface or whatever.
Yeah.
I keep, every time I hear the name Goldface, I keep thinking, you're gonna say finger.
Right? Goldfinger! It's an old James Bond movie, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
It's the only Sean Connery James Bond movie. No, that's not right. I've seen 2 Sean Connery James Bond movies, one of them being Goldfinger. The other one was boring, so.
Yeah.
I prefer the Roger Moore ones just because I feel like they're the most fun. Because those were like 70s and 80s, so those were more enjoyable. And I don't know, I've seen all of those, so I like those ones. And then, but in terms of best looking, Pierce Brosnan, hands down.
Well, you know, this one has her,
He's so handsome!
I wouldn't know because I don't like James Bond, so...
Well, and when he was young in, like, the 90s, like Mrs. Doubtfire, you've seen Mrs. Doubtfire, right? Yeah. Okay. He's in that. That's young Pierce Brosnan. The first James Bond movie that he did was, like, around that time.
I haven't seen a James Bond movie that I like, so I really don't care.
I haven't seen the recent ones with Daniel Craig. I've only seen the Roger Moore and the Pierce Brosnan, and 2 of the Sean Connery. So.
Sean Connery.
He's better looking when he's older, just saying. With a beard. He looks more distinguished and sophisticated.
Yeah.
If you see the Third Indiana Jones, you'll know what I'm talking about. Last Crusade.
Third Indiana.
Because he plays his dad. Anyway, it does make me think of Goldfinger.
Right. This whole episode, I kept thinking, you were going to say finger, you're going to say finger. And you never did.
So. Goldface / finger.
Yeah.
Face and
finger. I thought it was all very interesting. I love the idea of the underground black market that they went to.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how long until we see those guns on mass market.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Barry was trying to get rid of them because those are some bad guns. And if they're in hands of bad people, it can cause even worse, consequences. That's why I was like, no, dude, you do not want those out there. Like, If those are in the hands of civilians, it will be utter chaos. Yeah. Like, no. Utter destruction. You can't, no.
Right.
Like, only people that know how to deal with it and use it properly should have them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, and I'm glad that he told Ralph, too, like, the whole thing about the end does justify the means. And, like, he's starting to realize that. So that, you know, and hopefully that means that he won't screw up. I'm not saying he won't. Because he probably still will. Because he's Barry. Mm-hmm. But maybe it'll make him think twice before he does something impulsively and stupid. I don't know.
I don't know, because it seems like that's the opposite of what he learned tonight. So
yeah, true. At least he's understanding that the end justifies the means. Sometimes.
He needs to learn that it only happens sometimes.
Right.
But yeah.
But yeah, and like, I mean, yeah, it would be interesting to see if those go onto mass market.
Mm-hmm. If he didn't try and buy those guns, all of them, mm-hmm. then they wouldn't have been put in the situation they were.
True. Well, because the guy hit the security thing, too, mm-hmm. so.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. So
what do you think of the end? Eobard, mm-hmm. Nora, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sherlock and him, you know.
And his future 9th wife.
Well, just closing the Nora West Allen file and opening the Cicada one. Like,
yeah. I think I think that Nora finally got what she wanted. You know, him off her back. Mm-hmm. And so it's good for her. Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
I'm still not sure, because, like, I don't know, part of me just thinks that Eobard is only looking out for himself.
Well, he probably is.
But I also, I don't know, like, I'm also, like, looking at it, like, the countdown on that clock behind him is until his death. Like, he's on death row.
Yeah.
So, maybe he is trying to, you know, like,
make things right.
Right. He's trying to help fix problems that he helped create, you know, right his wrongs.
Yeah.
Not all of them, because he can't, but...
Right. But a certain amount of them.
Yeah,
the ones that are important.
That he can.
Yeah.
The ones that he can, right, he's trying to. At least that's what it seems like. Mm-hmm. And I would like to believe that.
Yeah, me too.
So, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm happy that he's off Nora's back for now.
Yeah.
Because I want to see where this goes. And
right.
the longer that Nora hides it, the more angry her parents are going to be. So
well,
I'm
obviously.
Happy.
That's just something they're going to have to deal with as a family.
Mm-hmm. So, but with Sherlock and his future whatever number wife.
8? 7?
He's already got 7. It's either 8 or 9.
There was 5 that were there, weren't there?
Not all of them
answered.
All of them
came. That's right.
And not all of them answered, and the ones that answered, not all of them came. So,
okay, so 7. He has 7 wives. This would be 8.
Yeah.
And she's a meta!
Yeah.
Because she opened the door
without touching it.
Oh, no, without touching it.
Yeah.
And he's like, she's a meta.
Yeah. Like, so that's the reason why he opened the file.
Yeah.
Is to, like, I think he's trying to figure out whether or not she's on Cicada's radar.
Mm-hmm. Because then that means he has to protect her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But she's got pretty cool powers.
Mm-hmm.
That means she's definitely got pretty cool powers.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. She can move things with her mind.
Telekinesis.
So she's Jean Grey. Yeah, she's Dr. Jean Grey, and it's gonna be interesting.
Well, she's Dr. Jean Grey, but not named Jean Grey.
Oh yeah. She's not an X-Men.
I know.
And this is DC, not Marvel, so...
I know, she's just the same, like, has the same abilities, is what you're saying.
She just can't enter the mind like Jean can.
Yeah.
As far as we know. Because all we know is she moved a door without touching it.
We have Cecile, who can read minds, or read people's thoughts.
She reads emotions now.
Yeah, and Sherlock is a detective, so he can deduce all these things about a person.
Mm-hmm. He did not deduce that she was a meta.
Until the end.
He didn't deduce it, he saw it.
Yeah, he saw it.
Yeah.
She's a meta.
Yeah. After walking through the cloud that was the lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
She had to walk through that smell to get to the door. But I mean, I'm glad that they're like probably gonna start dating. I just hope he doesn't become a dick about it.
I hope he doesn't screw this one up.
Because she's a meta.
Yeah, and I hope he doesn't screw this one up because he's already had 7 wives.
Right.
I mean, when you've had that many wives, like, maybe you are destined to be alone, like Nora said.
It wasn't Nora that said that. Nora said he wasn't. It was his first wife that said that.
Okay. But yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, it's still number 1 because he's only ever married the one girl.
Yeah.
So technically...
Just different iterations of her.
Yeah.
Different versions. Different universes.
So maybe it's just he needs to find the right one.
Yeah.
I mean...
That makes sense.
He could have found the right woman, just not the right version of her.
Yeah, because they're all from different Earths or universes or whatever.
Yeah.
So...
Maybe he'll find one out there that's just like him.
Maybe. But they do say that opposites attract.
Yeah.
So sometimes having somebody that's too similar to you makes it boring. Because you want to have somebody who shows you different things and introduces you to stuff that's not what you already know. And like, and they kind of balance you out instead of being exactly the same.
Mm.
So maybe he'll find his one in that way. I don't know. I just know that she's clumsy. And she's a meta.
Mm-hmm. And she's cute, so...
Yeah.
There's that.
I mean, I've always liked her as an actress.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah.
Whenever I see her, I'm like, oh, cool. She hasn't been around in a while, so it's nice to see her on screen.
Yeah.
I mean, she still acts and stuff, but not as much as she used to. So.
Yep. So, I'm pretty sure... I mean, next week seems like it's gonna be Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, next week seems like it's like a time loop type episode, time travel.
Because she F'd something up in the timeline.
Yeah, because you're bound to do that when you time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Future, Timeless, Barry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say him because he did. He screwed everything up multiple times.
Yeah.
So, and Back to the Future, it wasn't necessarily on purpose. It just happened because they went back in time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. I killed the wrong butterfly and everything changed.
or because Biff got a hold of the almanac and made an alternate 1985 where he ruled everything.
Well, I mean,
you know.
It's,
but yeah, basically anytime you time travel or mess with time, it's going to change something.
Yeah.
It's going to mess something up, whether you intend for it to happen or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because you being there at that point might not necessarily be something that you're supposed to be doing, or where you're supposed to be, and so it changes stuff.
Yeah.
Unless it's a fixed point in time.
Right.
In which case, you know, it will stay there regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else will change.
Yeah. So. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I think I'm good.
Good. Me too. So I suppose that until next time,
keep believing in the impossible.